we'll start down here and get you a microphone. Name and affiliation, please.
Hi, Lindsey Kramer, Post-Standard. Brianna, congratulations, everybody. They knew you were going to shoot a lot of threes. There was no secret. They played tough man in general. How'd you guys get off so many threes against a team that knew you were going to take them and designed to stop them?
We're just a real big three-point shooting team. You know, Coach is always giving us confidence to shoot the three and influencing us to shoot them. And it's something that we've been able to do the whole season. And we've faced a lot of different types of defenses, so it wasn't anything too much different for us. But Tennessee did a great job of making it difficult for us.
We got another question for the student athletes down here in front.
John Adams, Knoxville News Sentinel. You guys are talking about the three-point shooting, but would Cornelia and Alexis also address the way you guys were able to go to the basket? I mean, you just drove right out in the lane and didn't seem to be intimidated by Tennessee's size and going to the basket. Could you talk about that?
Cornelia, can you start, please?
Yes. I just was in attack mode, take advantage of the size matchup, and I had Bashara Graves. I mean, she's a really good player, a good defender. She's much bigger than me, but I just wanted to attack her and get to the basket. I just felt like no one could stop me if I try to go to the basket. But, you know, Coach Q really, he really trusts me to get to the basket, and, you know, he tell me to go left all the time, don't go right, and I did that today, and I was successful.
Yeah, just kind of going off what Cornelia said, we just want to take advantage of the defense, and, you know, we knew they would kind of switch out and we would have a 1-5 matchup. So, you know, we just wanted to take advantage of, you know, their switching and play aggressively at the rim. We didn't want to be passive and settle for jump shots when we knew we would have the matchup that we wanted out in the perimeter.
Let's take one here in the third row, and then we'll come over to the right side.
This is for Brianna Butler. They had cut the lead. I think Taya Cooper hit a three very early in the fourth quarter, and then you came and hit those 2 threes back to back, and they never got closer than 10 after that. Can you just talk about your mentality of being confident? I think this was your season high today with the number of three-pointers you hit.
I really just have to give the credit to my teammates and my coaches. You know, without their confidence or without them setting me up or finding me, I really wouldn't be able to hit those shots that I've been able to. And you know, they helped us take the lead and take away Tennessee's chance of coming back, and it was just a great experience.
We got a question in the second row first, and then we'll come down in front.
Walsh Wilson from the Daily Orange for Alexis. At the end of the first quarter, you kind of stumbled and fell down, and I guess maybe what happened and what was going through your mind, and maybe what were you feeling?
Well, I drove to the basket, got knocked down and fell on my hip. But, you know, I had looked at my team, and they just said, you know, you got to suck it up. You got to play tough because we need you. And, you know, I mean, it's 40 minutes, and if I have to play through, you know, being hurt or being injured, that's what I was going to do. And, you know, I didn't want to let them down. So at that point, it was just a will of a matter of, you know, overcoming everything that I was being faced with.
We got a question in the front row.
Hi, Lindsey Kramer from the Post-Standard. Alexis, what do you remember as fourth game of the year? What do you remember about Washington? Because now you're getting them again.
Well, I remember that they're a good team. You know, obviously they have great players, Kelsey Plum, Talia Walton, Osafor. They have a lot of size. They can really shoot the ball. And, you know, they're a great team. And, you know, we're just going to have to come out and be ready to compete again for 40 minutes.
Let's take one here first, and then we'll come over there.
John Adams, Knoxville News Sentinel. Alexis, just how much was that hip bothering you after the end of the first quarter when you fell? Was it bothering you the rest of the game?
Yeah, it was something that was definitely sore. But, you know, Coach Q just told me, you know, everybody's banged up. So if you can go, then go. If you can't, sit down. And, you know, I mean, this time of year, you just have to give it all you have. And, it bothered me for the rest of the game. But, you know, I couldn't think about it. I'd rather win and be advancing than, you know, worry about a minor injury.
We have a question in the third row on the right side.
Andrew Scaglione, WJPZ Radio, for all three of you, but starting with Cornelia. When you climbed the ladder and cut down the net, was it anything like you ever imagined?
It's a different experience. I can definitely tell you that. Never been in a championship a day in my life. Never been this far to even cut down nets, but it feels great, you know, being here. Coach Q really prepped us for this moment. All the big fives we ran preseason, we managed to get through it. he really has so much faith in us as a team, and he tells us every day that he's proud of us, and we're just proud to have him as a coach.
Brianna, do you want to take that next?
Yeah, pretty similar to what Corn was talking about. You know, I really never had the opportunity to cut down nets, and you know, Coach the whole tournament was telling us how great of a feeling it is, and you know, it kind of really lived up to that expectation of what he had told us.
Yeah, just, I mean, kind of going off what these two said, to be able to do this at this level is something that is, you know, something you can never forget. And you can't really put the words, you know, in order because, I mean, we're so fortunate and we're so blessed to be here, to be, you know, 4 teams standing and, you know, to walk up that ladder. I mean, you just think about everything you went through to get here and, you know, it's a great feeling.
Question over here on the right.
Just to follow up on what Alexis was saying about how she felt that she couldn't let anybody down, just push through it. Looking at the 4 tournament games you've played so far, the one thing that stands out is just the ability to get it done, and particularly to be tough. Cornelia and Brianna, I'm just curious, you don't get to this level without being tough. Where does that come from, that sort of elite level toughness?
You just got to have that heart. Coach Q talks about it all the time. We have to be tough as a team and as individuals, and we got to have the heart to even win, to even want to play this game. And I feel like we came out with a bunch of pride and so much courage and just wanted to play today, and it just feels good to even just to be here.
I really think that our toughness, you know, stems down from Coach Q. You know, he's always talking about having that heart, like Corn said, and you know, our toughness really determines our destiny. And so far, our toughness has gotten us here.
Question down here in front.
John Adams, Knoxville News Sentinel. Cornelia, do you think you became a better team, as good as you've been, just by beating South Carolina? Because that's a team that's been right at the top of the country all season long. Did you come away from that game feeling even better about yourself as a team?
I think coming into the season, I feel good as a team. You know, we had a couple downfalls when we lost a couple games, but that didn't matter. Once we got into tournament time, it was either win or go home, and we're not ready to go home. So, you know, we just taking it game by game, remaining humble, and finishing it out.
We've got time for 1 or 2 more questions for the student athletes. Let's take one over here on the right side.
Brianna, there was a point, I think you made it 76-61 with a 3, and you cracked a smile after you hit that 3. I guess what was kind of going through your mind, because you're usually, you know, just so straight-faced?
It was just a great feeling, you know, going up against a great team and, you know, taking that huge lead. And, you know, for me, it was almost an unbelievable experience to know that we had a chance to advance to the Final Four.
Time for one more. Any other questions for the student athletes? We'll take one in the back here. Take one more.
Eric Olson with the Associated Press. Alexis, end of the game, the buzzer goes off, you go run to midcourt, drop to your knees. I guess at that point, what's going through the mind?
You know, I was just thinking about how good God is and, you know, how far he's brought my team and everything, my coaches, and it was just an unbelievable experience. And, you know, we just can't thank him enough. Like, the favor that this team has is unreal. And, you know, it was a great feeling. And my team, our coaches, our trainers, we have all worked relentlessly. And to get to this point, I mean, I was just overcome with emotion.
Thank you, ladies. Congratulations. We'll excuse you back to the locker room, and best of luck next week.
Thank you.